Hello and welcome to another edition of Andy Akright History. Today I'm standing at the corner of 31st and Forest in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm standing in front of one of the biggest failures and one of the biggest successes in television and movie history. The second floor of this building was home to the Laugh-O-Gram Studios from 1921 to 1923. Laugh-O-Gram Studios was founded by this guy named Walt Disney. Now, Walt Disney came to Kansas City when he was at age 10, and he was an animator who was doing advertisements. And he was working for the Kansas City Slide Company doing advertisements for companies. And he has this buddy named Ub Iwerks who has been in Kansas City his whole life. His dad abandoned the family at age 14, and Ub needed to make a living. So Ub started doing animation for advertisements as well, and he found himself at the Kansas City Slide Company along with Walt. Well, Ub and Walt decided that they wanted to go out on their own. So they started a company, Iwerks Disney, and it lasted for about a month because there just wasn't funding behind it. They weren't getting the sales. So they went back, but then they came back to this. They came back to this Laugh-O-Gram, and they were hired on to do 12 animations, Newman's Laugh-O-Grams, right? But then Newman's went out of business, so they didn't get paid. So if they didn't get paid, they had no money. So they started investing their own money, and they made this cartoon, the most popular cartoon in the country. It had a cartoon interacting with the real world. They reversed that with Alice's Wonderland, that featured Virginia Davis. She was 4 years old. And what they would do is they would take pictures of Virginia, and then they would draw on a clear sheet of paper and put that over and draw around Virginia. So Virginia was interacting with the cartoons. So Little Alice cartoons came about, and they were pretty good, but they just didn't make the bills. They just didn't pay the bills. So Walt moved to California. So Walt moved to California in 1923. This is a failure. It's abandoned. Laugh-O-Gram Studios, all his artists leave. And then they create, and he convinces Ub to come to California, and they create Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which is then stolen from them, and many of the cartoonists that worked up here on the second floor are also stolen by another company, and they have to come up with a different character. So Ub Iwerks and Walt Disney come up with Mickey Mouse. Ub Iwerks is the animator, and Walt Disney stops and becomes the businessman, and we have now Walt Disney Productions. Walt, out there with his brother Roy in California with Roy's money, makes Walt Disney Productions, and you have Mickey Mouse. So in this building on the second floor, you have a company that failed in 2 years, but then led to the creation of what is Walt Disney. ABC, ESPN, Disney Productions, all of the Disney Corporation. Right here, 31st and Forest, Kansas City, Missouri, Ub Iwerks and Walt Disney Laugh-O-Gram Studios. See you next time.